Hey Overwatch lovers and haters alike, how do you get from the first game that I'm about to show you to the second game that I am also going to show you here in a minute? Let me give you a quick answer. Poor matchmaking and game balance. Let's go ahead and roll the clips and take a look. Don't let me die, don't let me die. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh my god, dude, their tank couldn't kill me when I was in the state. Wow. Are these bots or something? They have to be. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Roger H3, and today I'm going to talk about the current status of Overwatch and determine if the game is bad or not. Thank you all for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and drop a like to support me as I continue to grow. But let's go ahead and move on to the topic of conversation. So I'm going to give you my answer straight up here. I think Overwatch is not trash or bad or washed or whatever term people want to use. However, I do think there's definitely a lot of issues going on right now that the developers could fix. And the first thing I want to dive into here and talk about is balance. And just to get right to the point, just so you all know, this is like at the beginning of season 7. So if you all see this a little bit later in time, that's where we are in the Overwatch lifespan right now. But yeah, just to start, man, I just want to talk about Sombra, and I'm going to show you some clips of me using Sombra in the practice range to tell you what my complaints are and what I see going on. So let's go ahead and get into that. Hey everyone, so here we are in the practice range. I'm just selected as Sombra here, like I mentioned, and this is just like some of the balancing issues I see right now that I want to tell you all about. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch this hero. I'm gonna select someone like Ashe, because Ashe is a hero I personally play a lot, and I find her pretty difficult to play right now, especially when I'm playing against a good Sombra, and I just constantly get dived, and it's quite frustrating. So Sombra to me is one of the issues with balancing right now. They did this Sombra rework here at the beginning of season 7, and to me and pretty much everybody I talk to, Sombra is way better now. I'm sure all you know that she got her virus, her hack, and the invisibility changed here slightly. The real big change was like her invisibility, the way that she can teleport or use her, or whatever you want to call it, to move around. But this darn virus, man, is so annoying. So it's already bad when you get hacked, right? Because you don't have any of your abilities to use. Like, you're unable to use them for a certain period of time once she hacks you, right? Well, the thing is when she hacks you and hits you with this virus, you're practically already gone half health. And as far as I'm aware, I had thought this virus was only supposed to take off 100 health. But when I hack Ashe here and I hit her with virus, sorry, she didn't have full health. All right, let's do this again. When I hack Ashe and I hit her with virus, she has less than half health, and Ashe has 200 health. So to me, hacking and hitting somebody with a virus clearly seems to do more than 100 damage. So maybe I'm mistaken, maybe I am incorrect, but to me that seems a little broken. So just imagine like having Sombra run up behind you, hack you, and throw a virus at you, and if they're good and they hit it, you have half health. I know it's not immediate, but if somebody comes up behind me, boom, hack, hit, few shots, like you don't have any health, and you don't have any of your abilities to use either. So to me, this is a big issue because you get hacked, virus, few shots. To me, if you have a good Sombra on the other team, every time you encounter her, unless you have a teammate with you that's able to help you like combat her, you're always going to be anywhere between 30 and 100 HP as soon as she attacks you if she hits her virus. So I think this is a big balancing issue, in my opinion. Not to mention, you put Sombra with a good Doomfist, they're just able to demolish you if your team's unable to counter them. I've even had issues with playing against compositions that play with Orisa and Sombra, and that probably sounds like such a basic thing to some of you guys who are a little bit higher ranks and stuff. I would consider myself a pretty average player right now. Still grinding up the ranks and stuff. I'm currently about plat. I was in high plat for TPS, and then this season I started playing a little bit bad because I'm trying to get used to the compositions again. But like, this is one big issue I have, is like I've had like even Orissas and Sombras. Like I said, like I'll have a Orisa, in the front line push, and their Sombra behind, and they almost pinch you. Orisa's a tank character. You really can't take her head on, but when you have a Sombra, that's floating around behind you, you really can't play a total like pick composition either, or a long range composition, because you always got to worry about her coming up behind you, hacking you, and then disappearing. And it makes the game pretty difficult in my opinion, for like an average player and stuff. I know there's ways to counter this, but the other thing is like not everybody in the average tiers or the average ranks are going to be able to fight this and do anything against this. So I think it makes it pretty difficult for anybody who's I would say anywhere from like gold to diamond, and even above diamond. We see a lot of these professional YouTubers or professional players or whatever you're gonna call them, playing and like being Sombra mains and like demolishing other teams if the other team can't counter them. So I just think that it makes the game pretty difficult right now. And the other thing too we see a lot of right now is like rolling out of the balance conversation. Support is like the most impactful role right now. Like all these support characters have had humongous buffs. We see so many people talking about how good the supports are and how they're able to pretty much just take control of a game. I know I saw a video of, one of the proclaimed best tanks who've played since Overwatch 1, constantly getting slept by Ana and just being unable to do anything. And honestly, I've had quite a few games like that myself. I'm not comparing myself to one of the best players on Overwatch history, but like I've had games where I played as even D.Va, somebody who has a matrix and who's able to block sleep darts if you time it right, where I've just gotten slept by Ana uncontrollably. Alari, I love playing Alari, but she is so overpowered right now. Such a great character, but she's so hard to play against. As you saw in the second clip that I showed at the beginning, her ultimate is insane. If you hit that ultimate and your team's able to follow up on it, you can get a whole team wipe. I've gotten a whole team wipe. Tanks, our tanks are kind of all over the place right now. I've been playing a lot of D.Va, but like Orisa is like a tanky tank, man. Like Orisa is so hard to do anything against. Like, yeah, once again, you can counter her, but Orisa is a really hard player to play against. You almost got to play around her. Same with some Zarya players. There's ways to counter Zarya, but I play with so many people, they just fully charge her and then they let her kill everybody. Like I don't get it. And I've also heard, some other people that I watch, I believe it was a conversation in one of J3's videos. I watched a lot of J3 that, DPS or damage is like one of the least impactful roles right now. DPS is like, to me, that's the most fun role. But like for me personally, I've been playing less and less DPS, especially right now, because I find it the most triggering right now. Like I said, with the Sombra, with the dive compositions, I think countering good dive compositions is a lot harder to do until you continue to get more experienced in Overwatch, in my opinion, unless you're naturally good at like playing brawlers like Reinhardt or Mei, Reaper, and people of that nature. Now, to the last portion I want to talk about is the matchmaking, and this kind of goes with the balancing some, but man, is this matchmaking so bad. Like, I understand how they do it, and I believe it's a lot better than some other games, but good golly, man, I should not be getting in lobbies with people who can't do stuff, and I should also not be getting in lobbies where I feel like I can't do anything either. Once again, I get it. People have bad games, people have good games, and sometimes, unfortunately, it's just the whole team plays bad sometimes. But, like those clips that I showed at the beginning, like, why would I have one game, which is the game you're watching right now, where I end up, I believe, 47-0 at the end, but then I have another game later where we can't even get out of spawn when we're trying to push our cart, and we just get absolutely spawn trapped and destroyed. So it's just kind of all over the place. I get what they're trying to do. I think they do an okay job at it. I'm not going to completely say that the Overwatch matchmaking is god awful, but they definitely have a lot of work to do, in my opinion. But, also a few good comments from me. I think Overwatch is one of the best games I've ever played, despite these balancing and matchmaking issues. I come from playing Call of Duty. I have a Call of Duty background, and honestly, quite frankly, I just dropped Call of Duty after almost 12 years of playing it when I first started playing Overwatch 2. because I just love this game. I love the competitive nature. I love how, you know, different roles matter. Everything has a part to play. Everything, like, you have the ability to do so much in this game, and it's so fun. It's a great experience. I do recommend anybody who has not played Overwatch, you should definitely try it. You'll definitely probably run into some of the issues that I mentioned, especially once you get the hang of it and you start to play in some higher lobbies above really just bronze and silver. You'll start to run into some of this stuff. You know, if you come in and immediately get into gold, plat, diamond, you'll definitely see it. And at higher ranks, you know, I know things are a little bit different. But you know, I'm sure you guys all see it up there too. But with all that being said, if you all made it this far, I greatly appreciate you sticking around. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and drop a like on the video to help support me. I stream quite often. I probably do at a minimum 3 days a week and anywhere up to 4 or 5 days a week of streaming. Routinely, I usually do Overwatch, although I do want to get back into doing some other games as well. But look to see me live about 3 times a week on average. Thank you all again for stopping by, and we'll talk to you later.